Hi everyone, so today's tutorial is for a surprise pop-up box, but not one that we've done before. So let's have a look at what happens when we push this up. We have cascading box. If I turn it that way, you can see it has a surprise greeting in the middle. Okay, so it looks complicated, but actually it's not. So let's have a look what we need. You'll need 2 A4 sheets cut to 14 centimetres. Okay, I've used a double-sided card so that I don't have to do quite so many panels. So here are my 2 bits, and I've taken one of the 14 centimetres and cut it in half to make 2 7 centimetres. So this bit will make our tall box at the back, and the 2 smaller ones will make these boxes. So let's keep bringing that one back in occasionally. Right, so we're going to score them all at 7, 14, 21, 28. So let's get the scoreboard in. And we're going to score 7, 14, 21 and 28. It leaves you a flap for joining. Okay, so now we're going to do these. So we're going 7, 14, 21, 28 and a flap. 7, 14, 21, 28 and a flap. Now, if you want to, on these flaps, you can just shampoo the corners a little. And on this big one, if you've cut accurately, you don't really need to. Let's take the big one first, and we're going to fold along the score lines. But when you fold, do make sure that these match up here. So when you fold that, do check they are nice and level. If they're not, your cutting could be out. There we go. So there's our first one. And we're going to prepare these as well. That one's slightly skewed. There's number 2. Three. So we're going to join all of these into boxes. One, 2, 3. There's my thing there. Don't try and hover in the air. Place it flat and it should go straight onto there. Right, so fold one flap in, fold it over, and the last one. So just rock them backwards and forwards to check they're fine. Now, there's different ways of putting this together. First of all, this is going to go on as a diamond. Okay, so I want to check that my flap is at the back. Okay, so I'll put that one there. On these, I want to check that the flap where I've joined, just here, is going to be towards me. So I want to put my tape on that side. So I'm just going to put across there. Look at this one, find where my join is. There, and I want to put across there. So now I'm going to put double-sided tape, you can use wet glue if you wish, onto those panels. You'll be surprised how quickly this goes together. So I'm now going to place that down. I've got my join at the back, and I'm going to place this so that it lines up exactly with my box. So we're fixing this panel here with my glue onto the bottom section there. Line all your edges up. Yep. And now you can see we have the basic shape of your card. Okay, you've got lots and lots of panels that you can decorate, and that depends entirely on what you want it for. So if we take a look at this one, you can see, let's turn it that way, I've put panels on the inside, I've put panels on the floor of the box, and I've decorated the 6 panels there. You can go ahead and decorate the back panels if you wish, but let's have a look. Here we go. Right, now one of the things that I like to do on here before we do anything else is I like to cut 2 strips of toning card. If you're working in white, that's fine. And I'm going to fold that with the colour I want outside. And what we need to do is to attach 2 pieces to the middle to put our greeting on, or the verse, or whatever. So I'm going to attach those. Right. So the first one, I'm lining up where I want my greeting, and I want it at right angles to here. The second one, I want to put on this side inside. So if we look now, I've got 2 flaps at right angles, and when I'm ready, my greeting panel will go onto there. But what I want to do first is I want to be able to cover, using my internal panel, these bits that I've put on. Okay, so we've got those in place, ready. Okay, now I came up with, this one's going to be an anniversary card, and I've got a gentleman gardener and a lady gardener, and each of these panels is 7 centimetres. Okay, so you can make your panels anything you wish. So I think I'm going to add silver around these. So, right, now I've prepared my gentleman gardener, and he is going to go on here facing into the card. Right, you can flatten it down while you're decorating. And the lady is going to go on this side. Let's get her straight onto there. Now I've prepared a picture of a garden shed. Right, always remember this is going to be stood up that way. So I have done a garden shed with a little bit of black around it and sparkle, silver sparkle, and I'm going to place that up there. Right, now if you had to put pictures on every panel, that's an awful lot of pictures and it can be quite fussy. So let's go back to the bits that we cut off our A4 sheets. Now, because we've got double-sided, I've got polka dot and I've got plain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to die cut my panels, and I'm going to die cut them 6 centimetres by 6 centimetres, but I'm not bothered at the moment which side I want, okay, because I'm going to mix and match those in a minute. So I'll be back with my prepared panels. Okay, so I've prepared 4 panels at the moment, and I've used the spotty side. So these are going to go inside, and 2 of them are going to cover these little flaps where they're joined onto the card. So we place that inside there, and you can flatten it to press it down. Then I'm going to add the next one. These aren't directional, so they're relatively easy to get in. There we go. So again, I can press down to get those in, and where I've attached these, they're now covered, and I'm now going to put the flooring in. So I'm going to turn it round from the side so I can see, and if I lay it in loosely, I can move it around until I'm happy with it. Press. One's gone slightly skew with. Let's take it out. Because it's good quality card, I can lift that. There we go. So last one for this part. We go into there, and that went straight in. That's lovely. So let's lift it up. I've now got pattern on the back pieces. I've got pattern on the bottom pieces, which is like the flooring. I've got some more bits that I die cut. I managed to get 8 out of my extra pieces that I had off the A4. Now I've got this piece here, which is my greeting for the middle, and I can now fix that by putting a piece of double-sided tape, And this actually has got a point halfway, so it's easy for me to get that centered. Onto there, and again press it down. So when the card opens, there we've got the With Love, which stands and it moves in the middle. Right, let's have a look at what I've got left now. I think I'm going to put a plain on those two sides, and I could probably put a plain up there. I want to add some flowers and a fence, so I think I'll have plain panels there. I've got one spare panel that I haven't used yet, so let's fix these on, and I'll be back when I've prepared them. Okay, so I've just prepared a few panels and some decorative pieces. So let's have a look what we've got. I'm going to put plain panels on here. Plain panel on there, and say don't forget, fold it flat, and then you can press it home. And I want to put my other panel up there. Right, now let's bring those down. What I've actually prepared as well, if you remember, this was 7 by 14. Well, I've done a 6 by 13, couple of panels, and I can then slot that into there. That covers my join at the back. No need to, but if you want a bit of extra finishing off, so press those down. If I can just tip that now, you can see I've got decorative panels inside as well. Plain panels here which we're going to decorate, and I've also die cut this fence. Now I think I'm going to just snip a little bit of the fence there, and use wet glue, and I'm going to put on the side here a little bit of the fence just coming in there. I'm going to snip just a couple of the panels from there. And I'm going to bring the fence in on that side. I want to tie in all of the panels. So a little bit of fence there, a little bit of fence there. And in a minute, I've got a gate here. And that is going to go up on here to bring the whole, let's just tip that, that's going to bring it all together. So let's pop that down so you can see. There's my fence up there. Now I'm going to have few of the flowers. This is just decoupage which I've cut extra bits out of. I'm going to go for daffodils just coming out from behind the fence. I'm going to go with this one just onto there. You can see now why it costs a lot to post. That one is going to come on there, and I'm just going to snip that leaf off, and I've got a few daffodils which I think I'll leave off. I know where. Right. I'm going to take the daffodils and I'm just going to pop those into the back there. So you've got an interest. Just need to get these drying. You've got time at home to let them dry off. Okay, so there is my card. There's my surprise element in the middle. And a really beautiful card for any occasion. Okay, so let's bring in this one. Here we go, and if I just tip them slightly, you can see. Okay, so have a lot of fun making them, and I'd love to see what you make. God bless.